We have to start the stream off. I think we should start the stream off with some very good news. Okay, because Highguard has less than 20 staff remaining at the studio of Wildlight Entertainment because Tencent, the Chinese overlords who they said weren't funding their game, has pulled funding for their game, and it's looking like this game is not gonna last too much longer. And let's check Steam real quick. All right, we're
We
sitting
just
at
lost Atreus.
I know exactly what just happened. He just hit the wrong tab and he's about to jump right back in and be like, I closed the wrong window.
Oh, that's happened before.
Yeah.
Man, did I get wasted or is he really blurry?
No, he is blurry.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, coming into focus, just like the future of Highguard, which is gonna be knocked out. This has been sitting here for a minute. It's at 409. Let's see if it went up. It probably went up.
It went up a little bit.
Okay, it went up a little bit. It went up a little bit.
You know, they keep this up. They keep this up by Friday night. They might have over 500 people.
The chutting is here.
Jesus Christ.
The chutting is here. How do you go from 97,000? You can't even say people didn't give you a chance. You had 100,000 players on Steam by itself. We don't even know what the dead box and the PlayStation was what they had. Yikes, man. That's abysmal.
I mean, you got under 1,000 people concurrently between consoles and PC right now playing it. Under 1,000 worldwide.
I want to know who these 500 people are.
Right?
Like, I want to know what their mindset is. You love this game that much? There's no way. It's got to be your favorite game for you to be sitting here playing it, knowing it's only 450 people playing.
You got to be one of the people that bought like microtransaction shit. So you're connected to it more. You're like, I'm not committed to this game. I bought this shit. I need to keep playing this.
I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. Something that a lot of people don't talk about. Some people do attach themselves to these games. Even if they're failing, they still rock with it. I'll give you a perfect example. I got a homeboy. Really cool homeboy. All right, that's my nigga.
Well, hold on, real quick. Hypnotic says they had 1 million players on Steam. Not
yeah, overall.
I was talking about concurrently.
Yeah. Okay, I was confused there. Anyway, hi, Hypnotic.
Sure. But yeah, I got our homeboy. That's my boy. You know what I mean? But he attaches himself to these kind of games. And I think the mentality is maybe you can get some easier access. Maybe that's it. Or, maybe they just really think the game is cool. I don't know. But there are people out there that do it. All right. And I've seen it firsthand. Nigga attached himself to Suicide Squad, killed the Justice League.
Hey, listen, I attached myself to Anthem.
But to do it on a consistent basis, though, from game to game to game.
Oh, no.
No, I'm talking like from one game that everybody looks at and is like, oh, that's not going to do well. And then another one. It's like they just keep going.
It's part of it's their personality. They attach themselves to it to like push it to have a purpose in life. It's so fucking weird.
It's like so being a contrarian.
Yeah.
Maybe. But
yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's got to be embarrassing. But like, we gotta talk about the article. Does anybody have the article where the former devs came and spoke up about? Because I haven't gotten to read it because I've been at work. But there was an article.
We should read it today. We should read it together because I saw something about it, but I didn't read it. I want to wait for the stream.
Oh, they think I'm finna pay for this?
Well, is it the one you talk? What's his name? Josh something? Did he?
Jason Schreier.
Yeah, no, but the employee though. I think the employee's name was Josh something.
I'm not sure, but I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not paying for this.
He after he posted it on X, he deleted his entire account. He didn't go private. He just deleted.
Are you talking about that long ass article?
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about something else?
No, there's something different.
No, this is something different.
Oh, what are you talking about?
This is Bloomberg posted an article where some of the devs that got fired from the studio, Wildlife Studios, have come forward and talked about, the reason the game sucked. And so since Bloomberg thinks that we're stupid and that we're going to actually pay to read their bullshit, which
everyone talked about it though. Like everyone covered the Bloomberg story.
Yeah. I kind of figured that, but I'm just not going to pay to read it.
Right. But like, I think this one here, Game Informer. Let me share this in the private.
Why can't I?
God damn. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need my algorithm looking like. I need to see some more ass. Let's go. There we go.
Wait, what's this?
Damn. It's the article?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Dark mode.
I don't know if they do dark mode on Internet Archive. Do they?
Okay. Anyway, the story behind the failure of Highguard. So we're just gonna break this thing down. On a warm evening this past December in Los Angeles, employees from the video game studio Wildlight Entertainment gathered in the lobby bar of the JW Marriott. They just announced their new game, Highguard, at the Game Awards, hosted inside a theater next door. Now it was time to drink and celebrate. At the same time, a less upbeat story was unfolding on the internet, where the reveal of Highguard was met with a flood of negative comments. Viewers questioned, like, listen, we don't care about all that. Let's get to the point. The story begins in 2021 when a small group of people who worked for the game developer Respawn, a subsidiary of Electronic Arts, decided to quit and start an independent company. They missed the freedom of their pre-EA days. Dusty Welch, co-founder and chief executive officer, told me in an interview last month. Now, let me first of all, so you wanted to detach yourself from EA, and then fuck around and did the same shit that EA would have done
just to connect with Tencent.
What the fuck? Yeah, you disconnect yourself from EA to make some great single player or maybe even co-op epic game, not another fucking live service.
Yep.
You could have stayed with EA. You could have just said, hey, EA, I don't want to be with Respawn no more. Can we make another studio over here? We can make you another live service. At the very least, EA would have told you, yeah, we probably shouldn't put this as the last trailer to reveal.
Dude, live service games have turned into a running joke in the game industry. Like, name a live service game that has come out recently or is on the horizon, pun intended, that's coming out that you're excited about or interested in.
Oh, that's coming out or has come out?
Yeah, either one.
I guess the only one in recent memory is Arc Raiders.
Battlefield 6.
Battlefield 6, which they have been putting into the dumps lately, from what I heard.
But I guess my point being is, it's like, for every one that there is, how many are there that are failures and catastrophic, hundreds of millions of dollars lost on every single time?
Yeah, that GTA anime game gonna be tough. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, that's because it's a gacha game, and there's a market for gacha games.
Bro, don't say that, bro. It's not a gacha game. Bro.
It's a gacha game.
It's not a gacha game.
I'm probably gonna try that one out. It looks pretty good.
It's not a gacha game, bro. This nigga's a hater, bro. It's
a gacha game.
It's not a gacha game, bro.
Yes, it is.
Nah, it's not a gacha game, bro. I hate niggas, bro. Niggas always trying to rain on your parade. Anyway, let's go back to it. So he says Welch didn't mention another key reason for the exodus. In 2019, they had released Apex Legends, a battle royale. Nigga, we know. The Wildlight founders decided to do things differently. How? Oh, they didn't do a battle royale. Oh, okay. One of their plans was to set up a profit sharing program.
So this goes back to what that Josh dude about Highguard was complaining about, because he's like, we thought that this was going to be our retirement. And I'm like, bro, no.
They started it off wrong, because their first thought was profits and trying to generate, money off of the game instead of building a good game and then making money because the game is good.
Man, so one of their plans was to set up a profit sharing program so that if the studio did deliver another big success, everyone would benefit. An enticing setup that ultimately helped Welch and his co-founders attract many of their former Respawn colleagues to the new company. So you mean to tell me, after you decide to go off and do your own thing, you promised the people who had a stable job at Respawn, hey, profit sharing. Have you ever heard of that? Just to make no profits.
Yep.
You can't make this shit up, bro.
You can't make this shit up. But let's keep going. Oh, shit. Armed with a significant amount of funding from Tencent.
Oh, shit.
Wildlight began hiring employees and making plans for its first game. The founders knew they wanted to make another multiplayer shooter. But they hoped to avoid the crowd battle royale market. So instead, they looked to Rust, a survival game in which the players raid enemy bases and build their own. They began constructing levels and designing mechanics for what was envisioned as a survival post.
No, don't get rid of the Figgles now, man. Don't get rid of the Figgles.
2 years into 2 years into development, the team realized that the design wasn't working, in part because of the amount of freedom conflicted with their goals for highly competitive play. According to people familiar with the events, also the scope was too big. Still, some parts were salvageable. The base rating aspect of the survival game in particular seemed worth keeping. In January 2024, the team pivoted to what would become Highguard, a raid shooter that streamlined many of the survival aspects into a faster, more competitive game. All right. Over the next 2 years, the Wildlight crew played around with various ideas. Okay, I don't care. Let's get to the snitching. That's what I want to get to. All right, we already know about all this. Both Tencent and Welch declined to comment on the story. Reactions from testers were mostly positive, but here we go. We get into the juicy stuff. But there may have been blind spots in the process. You think? According to people familiar with the testing, Highguard was a complicated game to learn and was more fun when using voice chat to communicate with other players. When they tested it with the microphones off, it made for a much worse experience. Former Wildlight employees said having developers on hand to answer questions and explain mechanics also led to different conditions than players will ultimately face when the game was released into the wild. One solution may have been to open the game up to the outside world to start building a community and garnering feedback from a wider audience, a process that had helped other multiplayer games such as Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6 find success. But whenever that notion came up at Wildlight, leadership nixed it. They wanted to recreate what had worked with Apex Legends, which had been kept secret until it was announced and launched at the same time. These niggas were idiots. You're not Apex.
They thought they had the same. They tried to repeat the exact same thing, and that's never going to happen again, bro. Apex was a phenomenon because, for one, it was a spinoff from the Titanfall universe, made by people that actually made Titanfall, and the game was good.
And it dropped out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere and had a lot of organic, just conversation hype, like Arc Raiders came out of nowhere. Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, but like Apex came out of nowhere like overnight. Like we knew Arc Raiders was coming. You woke up when Apex dropped.
Yeah,
you woke up and niggas was just like, "What the fuck is this on my downloads?"
Nigga, I remember the notification. I got off work. I was in Afghanistan. I got off work. I'm on the way back to the room, and I get a notification on my phone. Oh, the makers of Titanfall are about to drop a game in an hour. Nigga, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, that was hype.
Hey, there was no direct. There was no commercial. They was just nothing. Like, they was sitting at the computer. I bet you this is how they did it. They was Respawn was sitting at the computer like, you know what? What, bro? I'm finna drop this shit.
Literally.
I'm finna drop this shit and see what happened, bro. But let's continue, y'all. As a result, Highguard built the wrong kind of buzz. Last year, when Game Awards orchestrator Jeff Keighley visited the studio to check out the game, he liked it enough to feature it at his show. But in the 7 weeks between the December announcement and the January 26th launch, Wildlight stayed quiet, even as gamers online speculated about whether the game might be delayed or canceled. Employees at Wildlight were encouraged to stay off social media where the negativity was amassing. The Wildlight leaders hoped that the game would speak for itself. Oh, these niggas, I don't know what they was thinking about. They really thought they had a hit. People who worked at Wildlight described the studio as a healthy, collaborative, transparent environment that made many of them love working there, at least until the final 2 months. At that point, they said morale began to tank, and there were no straight answers about what success would look like, leading staff to grumble that they might be approaching things the wrong way. When Highguard came out on January 26th, the player count was an impressive, peaking at nearly 100,000 concurrents on PC, platform Steam, with similar numbers across PlayStation and Xbox, but early impressions proved negative, and because the game was free to play, it only generated revenue from in-game payments that will require players to stick around, which we all know they didn't. Reviewers criticized a number of elements, including the large map sizes and tedious mechanics such as mining. Facts, many of which were vestiges of earlier versions of Highguard. Critics also point out the game was so complicated.
They're doing an article on the whole history of this shit.
let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's say. Oh, okay. We at the end. Still, wildlife staff were under the impression. Well, let's go right here. In the days that followed, Highguard's biggest problem became player retention, a challenge that Wildlife's management emphasized to the staff multiple times. A week after the game's launch, they lost roughly 90% of their players, which was a scary number. A hastily released 5v5 mode was praised, but didn't bring people back. And it was better. That's the fucked up part about it. Still, Wildlife staff were under the impression that they had enough financial runaway to keep working on the game and addressing issues for at least the next few months. But at an all-hands meeting on February 11th, just 2 weeks after the game's release, the company told its employees that the studio was out of money and most of their 100-person team would be laid off. They would stay employees for another week and then receive a small severance. God damn. During the meeting, management said that Tencent had pulled the studio's funding. According to people familiar with the events, although the company didn't spell it out, staff were left with the impression that their financing was contingent upon hitting certain metrics, such as retention rate, which they failed to even come close to achieving. You got that right. When asked what they thought went wrong, several former Wildlife developers used words like hubris, a belief by the company's leadership that they could emulate what had worked in the past with Apex Legends, no matter how much the gaming landscape had changed since then. After all, they made one of the last decade's biggest hits. Damn. And there it is. Hubris. What do y'all think about that?
Consumed by their own arrogance.
Yeah, hubris. They thought they could do the exact same thing again, and that's just not how things work anymore, bro. Like,
I would argue it never worked that way throughout the history of gaming. Like, look at the original Legend of Zelda, and then Nintendo was like, we can't just run it back. We need to do something different. Like, you can't just keep doing the same shit over and over again and expect people to eat it up. You have to change dynamically. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't, but just falling back on, hey, we did this before and it worked, so we can just do it again, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think these people really thought that word of mouth was going to carry this game, and that the slapping on the makers of Titanfall and Apex Legends was going to be enough to garner interest. And I think they really were in the echo chamber, and people were telling them, oh, this game's it. This is it. You know, because there's no way any regular gamer would have play tested that game and said, yeah, man, you know what? I think y'all should drop that. No, they would have been like, hey, get rid of the mining, make the gameplay faster, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, the 3v3 isn't working, you know, add more teams. There would have been a whole bunch of different things that they would have put in. But you can tell that they had none of that feedback, not a single lick of it. And you get what you fucking deserve.
Yep. It's victims of their own echo chamber, 100%. It's no different than... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing.
I was just saying it's no different than Marathon, which I'm sure we'll get to, but like, it's how these games are getting made, and when actual gamers pick up the controller and play it, you're just like, the fuck are these decisions? Like, who's like, yeah, this is cool. It's like, you can tell it's cockiness, arrogance, over the top. We're doing this my way, and they will play it this way. It's like, shit. Not if it isn't like a useful functional feature. Like, I'd rather just have something that makes sense. I don't give a shit about what works for you because you want to be different and cool. It's like, no, do what works to make the game fun, not just to be different and cool. Like, right?
I'm glad you said that. No, I'm glad that you said that, because that's a good thing that nobody really talks about. Like, I'm going to put up this gameplay on screen real quick of Marathon that I played yesterday. Just because you do something different doesn't mean that people have to, you know, praise it or give it a chance. Like this right here, Marathon is nothing different. Okay. First of all, it looks like a Destiny mod. Let me put the quality down because I see it skipping. It looks like a Destiny mod, first and foremost. on top of the fact that it was boring as shit. Like Marathon is boring as shit. Like we might as well talk about it.
Yep.
Because the same thing that happened to fucking Highguard is going to happen to Marathon.
Hold on,
like the exact same thing.
Wait. Let me get a before you segue, because that was like a quick little segue. Let me goddamn let's get a fucking something in between there. Nigga! let's just get something in between there so I can, like, when I'm editing. Listen, nigga, I gotta edit this shit. You don't edit this shit, nigga. All right, this shit is tough. Shit is tough.
Well, wait, before we skip to the next, we need to like conclude what we were just talking about to make it a smooth.
Right. Damn, nigga.
So cut all this part. Be like, and that's why I think.
Damn, give me a break, nigga. Shit was like whiplash.
I was trying to mix them both together, because it's basically the same topic. Go ahead,
no, I'm about to put out a tweet so people know we talking about Damn, nigga. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm start putting out posts every time we switch topics. So, like, you know what I'm saying, people want to tune in. You know what I'm saying? They can tune in on that particular topic. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I got you. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
No, so
hold on. Miss Sparkles is telling me I need to move my camera around. Hold on a second. I'll be fixing this. Hold on a second.
So in conclusion, you know what I'm saying? In conclusion, man, Highguard is cooked. I don't think anybody feels any type of way about that. I don't think anybody's going to miss it. It's just going to be another cautionary tale for developers alike. And, I think the biggest winner in all of this, though, is indie games. Indie games. I'm like, you got to be sitting back like, damn, we spent $10 and we got $1 million hit, and these niggas spent how much money? They thought, listen, we didn't even get a trailer at the Game Awards and we got 100 concurrent players. These niggas got the final slot and they ain't even got 1,000. Woo! I just want y'all to know, if you're an indie gamer out there, you're looking for hope, I just want you to know you are more successful than some previous Titanfall developers out there.
Yeah. I mean, look, this indie game right here, Super Battle Golf, which actually looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
I'm a sucker for a good indie golf game that's not necessarily golf.
What looks
it
good?
Looks cool. Like, so what is it? Is you obviously, you're trying to get your, like, your pars and your birdies. I don't fucking play golf, but you're trying to play golf while fighting other people in the lobby that are like your friends. So y'all together trying to play golf together, but your homeboy could like fucking shoot you with a rocket launcher or something and like mess up your goal and shit. Like, it looks fun.
It actually looks amazing.
And this game is doing better. It's doing better than Highguard, bro.
It's
doing better than Highguard. And I guarantee you they made way more money.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing about Highguard. Before we move on from Highguard, the cost of the employees is, even with 80% reduction in workforce, you still have 20 or so employees at Wildlight right now. You're talking, I mean, developer salaries, assuming they're in California or Texas, wherever it's expensive. And even with 20 of them, it's still monthly. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $250,000 to $500,000 a month in salaries.
Too fucking much.
And you're not making that. You're not making that on a free-to-play game with 300 people in it.
No. That
something's got to give, and especially with Tencent taking the funding away from them. Where's the money coming from? How are they paying their paychecks right now? Who's footing the bill for it?
That's what we were saying when the game first dropped, which was,
Tencent was paying for it back then.
Yeah, I mean, we were speculating that, but remember when it came out, they were saying that there was an independent studio, and that they didn't have any.
Right? No, I get that, but I'm saying now, since then, it got found out that it was Tencent, and now Tencent backed out. So now who's paying for it?
Hey, Jeff Keighley better pay for it,
right?
Nah, that's underrated comment, because he should. Yeah,
Jeff Keighley better
fucking pay for it. Like, I've never seen a situation where maybe less marketing would have helped your game. because they got the final slot, guys, and it destroyed their game. I truly believe that if this game would have never been showed at the Game Awards in the final slot, that not saying that it would have, kept 100,000 concurrents, but it wouldn't be as negative as
it wouldn't be as negative, but I don't think it would have been successful either way. I think it would have had a different slope of people playing it as opposed to starting out at 97,000. I think it would have worked its way up to something closer and then fallen. Either way,
the failure wouldn't have been that spectacular if it wasn't for Jeff Keighley. And I 100% stand by that. If it wasn't for him, the game would have failed, but it wouldn't have failed as hard.
Yep. Same amount of people would have played it. It just would have been spread out over a longer period of time, and it would have been a much lower concurrent max player count because of that.
All right. Well,
sucks to suck. Sucks to suck. Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about the other game that is going to be going down the exact same path. Can't wait to talk about that god awful fucking game.
All right, now we ready. We good.
Now we're good to talk about Marathon.
You want to play the clip again?
All right, man. Yeah, hey, we about to talk about Marathon.
Mega!
So before we do, hey, that boy,
Imago Lewis.
I thought that was an I, but I thought it might have been an L. You never know. People have weird names. Imago Lewis with a $20 milk cannon. Oh my God! Thank you so much. We get to see titties. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me get you out. Let me get your super chat out the way. Hold on, because you deserve this. You deserve to look at these titties. Look at these fucking titties, boy. Hell yeah.
So do you know who she is? Does she have like other videos?
Oh yes, she does. I gotta look her name up again, but yes, she does. He came in with a 20 saying Tarkov has deep healing mechanics, different ammo types per caliber, and what keeps gamers hooked is the variety of IRL guns and attachments. What unique thing does Marathon do? I'm so glad that you sent that in, my boy, because thank you so much for that 20. I'll tell you exactly what Marathon does. That Tarkov, Arc Raiders, what's another extraction shooter? The Division, all these other games. I'll show you exactly what Marathon does that's different. Marathon will have you in your chair throwing up gain signs from an epileptic seizure because you're playing this fucking game. All right? Like, I'm not joking. I was playing this game and first of all, I'm falling asleep because the game is boring. And second of all, the UI is so cluttered. If you get shot at any moment or there's anything that's happening combat-wise, it's just flash. Like, if you have epilepsy, do not play Marathon because you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna die. Like, I'm not joking.
You get to that part where in the tutorial where you jump down into the sewer area, it's like neon green. I was just like, ugh. like lit up my whole room green.
the color palette for this game, like, I think the aesthetic is cool, in a certain sense. Whereas, like, it is different,
but it leans way too hard into it. Leans
very much, bro. Like, look, hold on. Let me get a picture because y'all just aren't understanding how fucking disgusting this UI. Like, look at this. This is a perfect picture. Look at this shit.
What the hell?
Look at this. You're walking down a hallway. Red, look, you got red here.
You know what this looks like? Green, hold on. You know what this looks like? This looks like someone stuck the game in a fucking Game Genie and put in a random code and it just changed the palette swap into something broken. This doesn't look like what the game should be.
I'll tell you exactly what Marathon is. As somebody that sunk thousands of hours into Destiny, this feels like we have Destiny at home. That's what it feels. You know what? No, this feels like what you think Destiny 1 used to play like. So you go back to play Destiny and then, it plays like this, even though Destiny 1 plays better than this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't believe you made an extraction shooter.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Huh?
This is just a Splatoon Destiny DLC. I'm going to just be honest with y'all.
That's a good,
it is.
That's not even a bad comparison because there is an AI enemy that shoots you with these little goober balls. Like, you remember this shit in The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible is trying to run out of that place and they're shooting him with that sticky shit and he can't run.
Yep.
That's the kind of shit that's in this game. And this is a multiplayer focus like PvP extraction. Like the trailers were hyping this game up as PvP focus. I kid you not. You will be blessed if you run into one enemy team in one match. If you went into one team.
I played for 2 hours and I eventually at some point ran into a couple and like real people, I think.
yeah, they might be bots.
Exactly.
They might be bots. like the only time that I had a semblance of any kind of fun is when I was fighting other people. And that only happened like 2 or 3 times. I can count it on one hand how many gunfights I got into with other teams. Any other time, you're running around, you're trying to pick up shit in the god awful menu UI. With it sucks. The UI for the menu is fucking terrible. Like it's terrible. Like,
did you play with keyboard, mouse, or controller?
I was about to get into that. I can't even play with keyboard and mouse because my fucking mouse wasn't working. So like, if there was a bug going around in the beta or the stress test or whatever the fuck they want to call it, where you can't use your mouse in the menus. So if you're playing mouse and keyboard and you're trying to loot, you have to swap to controller to go through the menus. So I just relegated to going to the controller. I'm not joking. Hold on. I'll get my...
Here's the other thing. Because I was playing with controller the whole time. And it's the menu navigation is not set up for controller. It basically is just like a mouse cursor that slowly moves instead of being able to click around with the D-pad. You have to like slowly move the arrow to like you have a mouse. And I'm like, this is like it's a clunky enough interface on its own, but to have that kind of navigation, I'm like, who thought this was a good idea?
Who the fuck thought it was a good? That's a great question. Who thought that this was a good idea?
And also, while you're looking that up, by the way, did you run into any kind of black screens? Because reloading and going into a match and stuff,
I wasn't having that issue. No,
I would have like a 20-second, like it would just go to a black screen. One time I had to force quit out of the app because I'm just like, I think it crashed. And then the second time I was just like talking to the chat, like I thought it crashed. I was like, let's just wait here while we're talking. It's like a black screen for like 25 seconds. And then it just loads into the opening again. And I'm just like, you can't have that. You can't do that with a game. You need to have at least like a holding screen to let you know it's doing something.
Yeah, it's wow. Look at this UI. Tell me, do you know what the fuck is going on here?
No, there's too much. You know what this is? This is a round table of like-minded people all throwing ideas at the wall and everything's sticking and just doing everything and not being like picking and choosing what a good idea is. This is just putting everything in. It's like, no, there's too much. I don't know what the fuck any of this is. Maybe if I play the game for 3-4 days constantly, I'll learn what every little thing is. Some things mean something. Some things are sold for loot or for money or whatever afterwards. Some are bullets. Some are grenades. Some are armor. Some are packets for shit that I'm like, I don't know what these things do. I don't, the bigger concern, I don't care. I don't care what they do. I just want the game to fucking work and play. I don't want to learn all these little things, each thing.
Somebody said it. Arena Breakout, Delta Force, Arc Raiders, Tarkov, all these other like extraction shooters, they have a feeling that this game never gave me, which is the sense of, the loot that you get. Like, when you pick up loot in this game, it doesn't feel like you're picking up something to sell it for a lot of money, or you got something valuable, or you might have some gear on you that you don't mind losing. You don't feel any of the gear fear at all. So there's no like drive to like, oh, I want to go extract or whatever. My whole thing is I want to go kill people because I don't even know what the fuck I have on. Like, and I figured it out, right? Like the little tool tips that they have in the menu don't tell you. Like, some things are like valuables that you sell. They'll have like a money bag over it. And then other things are like keys. Other things are heals. Like, this is the healing icon right here. Or there's like something, there's this other currency or whatever that you're supposed to turn in. Never figured out what the fuck that was about. Like, it's one of these games where if you're not, how do I put this in a polite way? I'm not gonna say it polite. This game is not for like regular gamers. Like,
no, this is you gotta dive head into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is hey, put all of your hours into this game and figure the ins and outs of it. Which, to be fair, there is a market for that. But the way that this game plays, like with, first of all, the movement, the game's called Marathon and you're punished for running.
I thought it was Marathon because all you do is run.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. The gunfights are just like, the TTK is weird, you know, and the gunplay feels like a knockoff version of Destiny. And then all the other elements of the game, like the UESC, the only thing I kept hearing was the UNSC. You know, they have Oni in here. Remember the Oni thing from Halo? They have Oni. There's guns that look like Destiny guns. Like,
real quick, this is gonna sound bad, but while I was playing it yesterday, I couldn't help but think I would rather be playing Halo Combat Evolved.
I thought you were going to say Concord.
What's that?
I thought you were going to say Concord.
No. God, no. But I'm just saying, like, how long ago did Halo come out? Like the original?
It's been over 20 years.
It's like 2000 and what?
2001.
Something like that. Like, that's a long time ago. And all this game made me feel like was like, it's a game, but there are games that have come out 20 plus years ago that are so much more fun. I'd rather play
the game is not fun.
Right.
The game is not fun. Like,
it's functional, but it's not fun.
It's not fun. It's boring. Like, it's legitimately boring. Like, I was falling asleep playing it. Like,
I don't know what the purpose of it was.
You know it's bad when you even got Ninja out here.
Oh yeah, Ninja was railing this. Yeah.
But to be honest with you, man, this is hands down one of the most complex like menus I've ever seen in my entire life. Bro.
Even Ninja's saying it.
Like, I mean, I'm getting it. I'm starting to get it, but like,
there's
like a million menus. Normally, ball, loadout, shell select. Shell select is like who your guy is. Loadout.
Do you know how reassuring this is to hear, though? Because, like, I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, man, maybe I'm getting too old for this shit. I feel like there's these combat labels and menus and everything.
I literally look, okay. During the stream, I have another friend. He's like an older dude, right? And we're playing the game, and we just went through the faction thing where you got to get your contracts and shit for the faction systems.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, stop telling me how to do this, X, Y, and Z. I've played games before. I know how to, get contracts and factions. Literally, no less than 30 seconds later, my friend goes, wait, how do I claim this contract? Where am I supposed to go in the UI? And where am I supposed to find it? And then if you look through the UI, it's like, I can't blame them for not knowing what the fuck is going on because it looks like dog shit.
Yep.
It looks like dog shit.
Well, my challenge was because it's not like a single player story experience. It's more of a extraction shooter. Like, it's just an online connected game.
Yeah.
I was struggling with finding a purpose why I cared about a contract. What was the point of it? Like, it just throws you into it, and it tells you have to care about it. It's like, why? Like, why should I care about this?
So, I mean, I managed to capture some of the best takes from this, I guess, server slam. Niggas is talking about just played an hour of marathon, feels like a decade of my life just passed. The fact that it's $40 is beyond criminal. Damn.
Wait, can you before you go past the game's $40? I don't.
You know what? I will actually hold on. I'll argue that that's actually probably a good idea for a game like this, and here's why. Because you got to be pot committed, like you said. You got to dive into this game, and I think people purchasing it and spending money on it will feel more attached.
They'll feel obligated.
Yes, to put the time into it to actually learn it and play it.
I only want to talk about the $40 from the sense of when this little server slam started. Niggas is running around with, marathon debuts with 140,000 concurrent players.
Yep.
Nigga, it's free right now.
Right. Oh, actually, while we're on that topic, Well, let's get your best guesstimate for concurrent on the full game when it comes out for $40. I'm saying it's not going to get past 30K.
It doesn't do better than the Service Slam.
No. But I'm saying, what's it going to get to?
Hold on. Okay, wait.
I got 52,000.
We have to do a comparison. Right? So
I got 32,000. We'll say 32 for me.
It peaked at 143.
Yep.
Right. It's Friday night, and it looks like the numbers are going up. I don't think it's going to reach the 24-hour peak. Right. This is the free stress test, by the way. I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you guys. I don't think it goes over 50. I
got 52,000.
Yeah, I don't even think it goes that high.
I don't think it's nothing to sneeze at that they're able to maintain. I mean, like we saw what happened with Highguard, which was that game was free.
No, this is bad, dude. This is bad. We're going into a fucking weekend. It's getting 50% of the people the next day.
What I'm saying is, Highguard had 97,000 people and lost them all in 4 hours. 4.
Yeah.
When Highguard became available, guys, me and Kato was playing the game, remember? And we were like, okay, the game got 97,000 people playing it. Let's get into it. By the time we ended that stream, before we ended it, we said, let's check in on the player count. We clipped it. My jaw dropped because of how many players fell off that game in 4 hours.
Well, I remember that stream too. Didn't you have a lot of issues even getting into it?
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
So for this
and to make it matters worse, he went lower when we were checking it as well.
Exactly, it kept getting lower and lower. So I'll give them credit in that the stress test has been out for over 24 hours, right? And while they haven't been able to maintain 143,000, I mean they got 81,000 people playing right now. So I'm gonna say when you have to pay for it, I'll give them 52,000 people. But
well, let me ask you this then. Mm-hmm. Are you going to pay $40 for it when it comes out?
Fuck no.
Okay, so that right there, fuck no for me too. So we got 3 of us are part of this concurrent, and we're all saying, fuck no, we're not buying this game. So think about that.
But that's the hurdle they're going to have to go over, because once you price it at 40, your competition, which is Arc Raiders, is also $40. Mm-hmm. So what incentive do I have to play Marathon or Arc Raiders?
To that point, I'd say that's exactly why I think doing a free stress test weekend is actually a net negative for them. Now that people actually have played it, they know for free what it is, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to play that. If it actually costs money without playing
that's a good point.
You might have had a little intrigue of, it's fun. That is a good point. I'll give it a shot. I don't want to go for the hype, but it's out now. I mean, people would have been more likely to jump at it at that point. Now,
this game, let me see. This game drops on the 5th, which is next Thursday, right? Yep. Everything that you're playing right now is basically the game, besides like locked off factions and shit like that. That's the game. It's not going to change much from now to Thursday. So, yeah, if you've already played it, you're like, yeah, I'm out. I don't really want to play it. If you would have paid the 40 and then tried to play it, that probably would have been different. But yeah, maybe that is like a net negative for it, because all the like you have all the big streamers. Well, not all of them. We got one we're going to talk about, but you have all the big streamers that are like, yo, this game sucks. Like, oh man, I can't wait to get back on the Arc Raiders, man. Like, oh man,
oh shit, is that Jaffe?
I was just about to say, y'all got Jaffe out here. Y'all got Jaffe out here talking like a damn chud. Like, what's going on? He says, I've only played 2 rounds of Marathon the game. It's whatever. Compared to Arc Raiders, I think it's super dull and slow and not super intuitive. Oh, you bigot. Oh, you bigot. You bigoted. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have a trans daughter or trans son, whatever the fuck.
Transformer.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You are a chud now. But no, he says it may be game of the year. I will spend more time on it. But if it wasn't a big game, I'd never play the game. I'd never play it again.
He's valid. The game is boring. No, there it is. Hold on. Go back. Go. Oh no, that's the one where. Oh yeah, Arc Raiders was censored in the chat. It was. They patched it out.
Yeah, apparently. And they tried to act like it wasn't. They never admitted, or they're just like, no, it's not. And then they got called out, and they're like, well, it was part of the beta that wasn't supposed to get out there. And I got one question: why the fuck was this ever a part of the game? Why would you ever?
It's ego, man. It's ego. If anything, that Highguard story should have confirmed is ego. Like I think maybe there's something to it. The developer's telling you, hey, listen, I don't know if this shadow dropping shit gonna work. And the fucking leadership is like, nah, we got this. And then it flops. It's ego, man. Like, you don't want people in your game marathon. You know Marathon is the top dog. Like, and Arc Raiders is used to this. Remember, what was it, Call of Duty? What game it was where Arc Raiders was banned in the chat? It had to be Call of Duty. It was Call of Duty.
It was Call of Duty, or was it Overwatch? No, it wasn't Overwatch.
No, it was because and I remember Arc Raiders had put out a tweet. Well, we're still coming out on October, whatever date it was, and so like Arc Raiders has now become that top dog to where even before you came out, motherfuckers was banning you in the chat. Like, come on, man! Like it's ridiculous. I must have unbookmarked a lot of those. This person says uninstall Marathon after 3 games. This is what they put their energy into. I play Destiny for 12 hours weekly. To suspend that for this is insane.
Well, real quick too, you guys have played Arc Raiders. You guys have played Marathon, so you have a full view between the two of them. I have not played Arc Raiders. I've played Marathon. I can just go by the community sentiment and the conversation surrounding these games. Just if you just talk to anyone in the community or social media in general, there is a much higher sentiment or level of regard for Arc Raiders. So even when this game comes out officially, why, if you haven't played either one, why would you not go with Arc Raiders? And secondly, if you're playing Arc Raiders and you can test this game this weekend, why would you go buy that game and switch your game from Arc Raiders to that instead of just sticking with Arc Raiders? Again, it just goes back to this game's fucked when it comes out.
So what the Marathon Shields was trying to do, and we'll get into the Shields thing list, guys. Don't worry. What the Marathon Shields were trying to do was they was trying to convince people that Marathon is for hardcore gamers, and Arc Raiders was just a casual gaming thing. Because what they're trying to do now is they're trying to roast Arc Raiders for not catering to PvP players. And they're saying, oh, yo, if you're tired of the dad simulator, and that's a jab at them making the lobbies to where, like, if you choose to do so, you can go several games without attacking people. And then eventually you'll get put into what they're calling friendlier lobbies. And that shit is real. Like, it's funny because they put it out without saying anything. And then players quickly figured out, like, hey, bro, like, I've been in like 4 games in a row and nobody shot at me. And then that's when people started, okay, do we have aggression-based matchmaking? And they confirmed it. So, but it's only if you choose to do so. Because I guarantee you, you take one shot at a nigga in that game, they say, oh, you like PvP? You're fucked the next game. You're fucked. So this idea that Arc Raiders is this casual dad game is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You choose your experience. That's why you can't complain anymore. The PvE people that was like, you need a PvE mode. I don't want to hear that shit no more. All you got to do is not shoot people for 3 games and you'll get put in some of the friendliest lobbies. Like the shit you can do now. Remember in the beginning, Kata, there was a time where Kata was like, nah, I'm not going to fight the matriarch. Why? Because the matriarch is hard for 1. And then 2, we going to get shot in the back. But you don't have to worry about that no more. Just go 2 or 3 games without shooting people and you can get a PvE lobby. But just going, and then, you know, that's what they were trying to do. So they was trying to convince you that Marathon was for hardcore gamers.
Well, I can see why they did that based off the menu system in general. It's almost like they went that direction on purpose to be like, oh, this ain't your, you know, this ain't your granddaddy's game. This is a real serious, you got to learn the systems, the menu, the in-game, how it all works with each other, the key cards, the loot. I'm like, I don't fucking care, bro. I just want to play the game and have some fun with it. And if and only if I start to have fun with the game, then I might want to learn more about how the stuff works and be like, now you have drawn me into the world. I am interested in finding out more about this. Let me learn what these things. I don't give a fuck now. I'm out. Bye. Next.
So yeah,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as somebody that's played both, I don't see any reason why I would stop playing Arc Raiders and play Marathon. Because it, like Atreus is saying, if you want the smoke, you can do that in Arc Raiders. Like, if you want to be in those PvP lobbies, you just keep fighting, and you'll be in lobbies where you're fighting all goddamn night. You know what I mean? And it's unlike Marathon, you're getting in gunfights multiple at a time at some play points. Like it's fun to play. Marathon is not fun to play. I don't know why anybody would ever want to go to this one.
What's fascinating about this is, like, I did not watch your gameplay. You did not watch my gameplay. We are having an authentic conversation right now about our takeaways from it, and we both feel exactly the same way about it. And I find that very telling.
Yeah, almost everybody's had the same reaction. Where it's like, it's just fucking boring, bro.
Yep. But I mean, and I don't know about you. I tried my best to go into it without the bias of, I hope this is bad. Like, I didn't want that to affect it. I wanted to make a video going in being like, I was wrong. This game's actually pretty good. I thought that'd be a cool angle. And I'm playing it. I'm like, no, I wasn't fucking wrong. This game is not fun.
Yeah, I gave it a fair shot. I gave it praise where it wanted. I still think that the aesthetic is pretty cool. I just don't think it's fun to play, you know. But I think the menus are ugly. I think the characters are ugly. There's like this real big lip bastard that they have in the game. It's crazy. Like, in one character, I thought it was a girl, looked like a man. You know, like it's just not fun to play.
Yeah, so I put out this post, the official Shieldstein list thread, and it's you know, based on everything everyone's saying, the game is a hot 2-pack of ass. That's what I meant. So I told people to start tagging the creators that were shilling this game. These niggas was mad. Look, there go your boy. There go your boy. I mean, these niggas are mad, bro. Like, these niggas are upset. Am I really taking the opinion of a guy named Griffgod?
Like, good job.
That's
good job.
Like, they're upset. But is it true that the gunplay only feels great because all of the guns are like laser beams? Like, there's no recoil?
There's really no recoil for real.
There was a little recoil.
I didn't feel it.
I had recoil on it.
I feel like the
long
aim
distance
assist
shots. There was recoil for long distance shots I was dealing with.
I think the aim assist is too strong. Like, there was moments where I'm using a controller and I'm trying to aim down to somebody else, and it's
kind of
way
that's a
too
Bungie
strong.
thing, though. Like, they're kind of known for heavy aim assist with controller to try to balance out keyboard and mouse.
Well, maybe that's why I don't really, because I've been playing mouse and keyboard for Destiny for a long time now, so I don't remember what it feels like to play controller for real. So maybe.